the movie.
Tom Cruise is not human. The legendary action star seems to top his own stunts with every new Mission Impossible movie.
No shit!
Creating one of the most impressive catalogs of the action genre. Stunts in action cinema taps into our brains in a very special way. Through the years, we've seen on the big screen miraculous feats of fearless people who put it all on the line to make us believe that what we were seeing was the real deal. But there is one franchise that stands out for its revolutionary approach to stunts and action set pieces. In this video, I want to talk about how these movies have not only revitalized action cinema, but also proposed a cure for the modern film industry's over-reliance on CGI and green screens. From hanging off the side of a plane to scaling the tallest building in the world, every entry in the Mission Impossible franchise has one or at least a couple of breathtaking set pieces that stick into your mind, even if you can't remember all of the plot details. But the whole thing is anchored by one man, Tom Cruise. In a genre saturated with CGI in almost every scene, Tom Cruise's commitment to performing his own stunts with minimal CGI is now legendary, continually pushing the limits of what is the impossible. So much so that I'm starting to think if Scientology actually works. Cruise's incredible stunts takes us back to the days of Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd almost 100 years ago, where the star of the movie fearlessly engaged in death-defying feats, which gives us a level of intensity that cannot be matched by an actor dancing around the green screen. Back in the day, practical stunts and elaborate action set pieces were the norm in Hollywood, you know, real stuff happening right there on camera. But then came the era of CGI and the enticing world of green screens. Suddenly, Tinseltown got cozy with the idea. They went from adding a few computer-generated elements to creating fully immersive digital worlds that seemed like something out of a sci-fi dream. And for most of the time, it works really well. So who can blame them? It's a safer, some might say boring, alternative to risking some poor guy's life. Besides, with green screens, filmmakers have the power to control every little detail, redoing takes until they nail it. But here's the thing, relying too much on CGI and green screens can leave us feeling disconnected from the action. That raw thrill that only practical stunts can bring gets watered down. Plus, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Hollywood's got a bit of a visual effects crisis going on. These blockbusters have become so dependent on CGI that they're pushing visual artists to the limit. Last-minute changes, unrealistic deadlines, talk about a recipe for disaster. And the result? Well, say for yourself. When we see an authentic action scene, there's something in our brain that says, wait a minute, that's real, and we're instantly hooked. Something that will never happen when you see Spider-Man swinging around. Is it cool? Yeah, but it's not real. We go to the movies to suspend our disbelief, to get a sense of controlled danger knowing that while we're safe in our seats, the people on screen are doing incredible things, and it's a whole lot easier without so much CGI. Enter Mission Impossible. I believe that ever since we saw Tom Cruise dangling from the Burj Khalifa in 2011's Ghost Protocol, it developed a renewed interest in going back to this old school style of action filmmaking. Not that there wasn't any, there were plenty of movies that didn't rely on CGI, but none of them had their leading man doing most of the stunts. This is how Mission Impossible raised the bar while simultaneously setting itself apart from the rest of the blockbuster landscape, disrupting the supremacy of CGI and becoming one of the last remaining bastions for real action. It paid off and continues to do so. With each following entry, the elaborate set pieces of the franchise have become the main talking points of each movie. They've even become a part of the marketing strategy. Like the motorcycle stunt from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, it was featured heavily in trailers and with behind-the-scenes featurettes, where we get to know how the stunt was made months in advance before we even get to watch the movie. This stunt alone has created a sense of the movie being an event, where if you don't see the stunt on the big screen, you're missing out. And by the time you watch this video, I'm sure this marketing strategy will have paid off in ticket sales. Compare that to what happened with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where one of the main selling points was the de-aging effect on Harrison Ford, or what about the whole CGI debacle with The Flash? Audiences are no longer sold on visual effects alone. And if you ask me, that's a good thing for creative filmmaking and cinema in general. But the influence of Mission Impossible stunts extends far beyond its own franchise. Directors and filmmakers worldwide have been captivated by the allure of practical stunts, recognizing their ability to reignite the genre and connect with audiences on a visceral level. Films like the John Wick franchise, Atomic Blonde, and Mad Max Fury Road pay homage to the commitment Mission Impossible has shown to thrilling and amazing tangible set pieces. These movies carved their own paths, incorporating breathtaking action sequences that leave us on the edge of our seats, and have now become iconic by their own merits and also box office hits. In this era of CGI overload, Mission Impossible serves as a reminder that the power of practicality cannot be underestimated. They possess a weight and gravity that no amount of computer-generated imagery could ever fake. There's something undeniably real about witnessing a daring stunt unfold before our very eyes, an authenticity that grabs hold of our senses and refuses to let go. While we may never see a full 180 on the industry where CGI and green screens go the way of the VHS, I can confidently say that as long as Tom Cruise has the unwavering desire to give the audience the greatest show on earth and continues to be a champion of the theatrical experience, the death-defying dream of practical stunts will live on. By embracing tangible action, the Mission Impossible franchise reminds us of the power of real-life feats, rekindling our sense of awe and wonder. And as long as we have filmmakers and performers who embrace the art of practical stunts, we can breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that the genuine thrill of the real thing will never fade from our movie-going experience.
We'll see you at the movies!